NBA God-level talent, Lin Mo's rise to basketball immortality. Episode 71, Summer 2003 to Summer 2004. This year was definitely one of the most turbulent seasons in NBA history and had a huge impact on the league landscape. First of all, from the draft side, the Platinum generation joined the league in 2003. LeBron James, Melon Anthony, Dragon King Bosh and Heat Soul Wade will all be princes who will dominate the league for many years. What's more, there is also a Lin Mo who has not tasted defeat since entering the league to the present. In the rise of fame, Stephen Marbury changed hands and joined the Knicks. The dismal record of Magic made Tracy McGrady disheartened and chose to join the Rockets next season. Maverick boss Cuban, who has become intolerable to Steve Nash, is about to throw him to Phoenix, and the era of the Suns' running boom is about to begin. Moreover, the F4 combination of the Lakers has cracked. The failure to win the championship 6 months later also led to the Sharks swimming east. In the midst of this turmoil and change, Lin Mo's presence has made the situation even more serious. Because of the strength of the Knicks, it is currently in second place in the championship odds list, second only to the Lakers' Super F4 combination. This has forced many executives in the league to consider whether to look at the draft market and choose some players whose talent has exploded to rebuild. Don't say that the selection of super geniuses like Lin Mo, even players like James, Anthony, and Wade are completely enough to be the cornerstone of the team. As a result, a lot of teams with rebuilding ideas have to speed up the process of their reconstruction. Obviously, the first target of these teams is Lin Mo. There's no team that doesn't want Lin Mo's. These include the Lakers with Kobe Bryant and the 76ers with Allen Iverson. Even if these two famous superstars really got Lin Mo over, he would also become a star in charge. The NBA looks at talent, looks at age. Lin Mo, a newcomer who is only 19 years old, still has explosive talent and unlimited potential. Will also treat him as a grandfather when he changes to which team. Of course, Knicks management isn't stupid. These teams are just casually asking questions without hope. What if there is a miracle? Although, such a miracle cannot happen. Meanwhile, inside the Knicks general manager's office, general manager Donnie Walsh and boss James Dolan were sitting on the couch, drinking red wine and talking. Trading was supposed to be what management should do, and although James Dolan was the boss, he had little experience in trading players. He is just an investor and generally leaves it to the management. But this time is an exception. Dolan chose to personally interfere in the team's deals, because he can't wait to hit the championship this year. Can just one Lin Mo lead the team to the championship? Altogether, if nothing else, the Knicks could even make the playoffs this year with a League No. 1 record. But not many teams in history have won the league's #1 championship. Why? Because the regular season and the playoffs are very different worlds. Every round of the playoffs, every offensive defense, the other side will target your loopholes. Every disadvantage will be infinitely magnified and easy to target. But if a fatal flaw is targeted, the team may break through the playoffs. There won't be so many targeted tactical deployments in the regular season. The Knicks' biggest problem right now is defense. At the back, Marbury's defense worked perfectly, and the front's Keith Van Horn was decent. But the inside line of Cotter Thomas and the aging Mutombo is a bit underlooking. Against the powerful Pacers and Pistons on the inside, the Knicks' interior was blasted. If it weren't for Lin Mo's crazy rampage, the Knicks wouldn't have been able to win. But Lin Mo in the playoffs, can he have such a performance? Absolutely. However, every game made him so consumed. I am afraid that before he reached the finals, he would exhaust Lin Mo first. Not to mention that the intensity of the playoffs has increased by more than 2 grades, compared to the regular one. Relying on Lin Mo alone is only very promising to impact the championship, but the probability of failure is also extremely high. Lin Mo must find more powerful helpers to make up for the shortcomings of the defense in order to be foolproof. In this era of defensive championships, Lin Mo's firepower can cover up all the problems of the Knicks, but the hidden dangers are still great. Boss, general manager, are you looking for me? At this time, Lin Mo came to Donnie Walsh's office, because after defeating the Pistons and returning to New York, Donnie Walsh immediately contacted Lin Mo and wanted to consult Lin Mo on the transaction. In general, players are unable to interfere with team transactions and drafts. The players are only responsible for playing, and those are the things that the team management should do. But some superstars still have the right to give advice to management and even interfere in transactions. Lin Mo is already a superstar, and after a season, it is inevitable that Lin Mo will be crowned as the facade of the future league, the absolute core of the Knicks. Donnie Walsh and James Dolan will definitely offer him as an ancestor and listen to his advice. What are you optimistic about the players? We have a first-round pick on our side, 2 second-round picks and some junk contracts that are expiring, which is a good bargaining chip for teams that are eager to rebuild. What does it take to rebuild the team? What is needed is draft picks and salary space. The expiring junk contract can help the team quickly clear a lot of salary space in the summer to sign superstars, and draft picks allow teams to pick potential rookies. These two are clearly the favorite chips for rebuilding the team. Because the Knicks were so bad in previous seasons, draft picks and expiring junk contracts piled up quite a bit. This is very advantageous for them to make heavy trades. Donnie Walsh didn't have any nonsense, and directly consulted Lin Mo to see if he had any favorite players. Episode 72. Yes, Lin Mo. If you have any players who are optimistic, you can mention them to us. But where there is a possibility of trading, I will let management do as much as possible. James Dolan also made assurances. Lin Mo opened the heavenly eye, of course, knowing the level and potential of the various players in the league. However, he did not rush to say which player he wanted to trade, but first expressed his opinion. The most important thing the team needs to improve at the moment is defense, especially the interior defense. Mutombo, Cotter Thomas, can stay in the team, but obviously it is difficult to be a starter in the championship team, and what we urgently need to strengthen is the inner line. Donnie Walsh nodded. That's right, your analysis is in line with our management's opinion, and it looks like you know the team well. So are you bullish on the players? Lin Mo although thought that Cotter Thomas and Mutombo were almost meaningless, but these two people, one attack and one defense, can play an important role in the bench and are indispensable. Put it on the bench and it will definitely be a bench bandit. I'm more bullish on Diao and Takomi Lizic. Lin Mo put forward his own point of view. Diao was last year's draft pick, the #1 giant in the NBA. The technique, footwork, and shooting on the offensive end are strong. Although the defensive end is a little slower, it can also bring good defensive effects, with its height advantage. As for Takomi Lizic, the Selvi-Mute center and amateur boxer, he is extremely talented. But under Larry Brang, Lizic had no chance to play. Because after the Pistons trade came to Rasheed Wallace, Lizic's position in the team was very awkward. In the eyes of Larry Braun, who is mainly defensive, Lizic's defensive ability is certainly not as good as Rasheed Wallace and Big Ben, and he is inexperienced. But in Lin Mo's view, Lizic can be on the list, suppressing Anthony, Wade, Bosch, these future superstars, and the probability of becoming a parallel cargo is very low. It is equivalent to a perfect piece of jade and needs to be polished well. As long as he is given enough opportunities at the Knicks, and then through Lin Mo's tuning and Diao's teaching, he will definitely be a qualified starting center. Moreover, former Knicks star Patrick Ewing also joined the team and became a trainer. Having one of the 4 former center forwards to teach Lizic is the icing on the cake. Most critically, the Knicks now have no chips to trade those top insiders. Duncan, Garnett, O'Neal, Chris Webber, these are not very realistic. Only Lizic, who holds a rookie contract, says the salary is not high, it is not low. The point is that the Piston is useless to keep him now. It has long been put on the shelf, and the transaction is not difficult. As for Diao, the Rocket cultivated him as the cornerstone of the team. But since Lin Mo hit the Rockets, Rocket boss Alexander has been obsessed with trading players similar to Lin Mo as the cornerstone of the team. Seeing no hope from Diao, he had already decided to give up Diao and put it on the shelves. Of course, Pressure Mountain will not easily trade Diao now. After all, he also has good potential and trading value. But as long as a team comes up with good chips, the Rockets will immediately send Diao out. Lin Mo's goal is on this one and the other. It sounds unrealistic, but in theory, there is a great possibility. As long as the Knicks are willing to bleed and can operate, it is possible. Will these two players be the right interior for us? Donnie Walsh fell into contemplation. James Dolan is also full of black question marks. This is my opinion, the reference opinion, how to operate specifically, of course, the boss and management to decide. Lin Mo shrugged. He wants the team to listen to him though, but after all, he is just a player, and he doesn't count. Lin Mo was really afraid of what kind of disturbance the team would do. For example, get a substitute defender or something, then Lin Mo will collapse. Okay, then we'll do as you say, and do whatever it takes to trade the two of them. Both men are still on rookie contracts, and the team doesn't rely too heavily on them and are on the shelves. The Rockets, give enough draft picks and expired junk contracts, they should release people. The Pistons side, out 1 or 2 bench players who can score, trade Takomi Lizic, who averages only 3 minutes per game, maybe not a problem, this is up to us. Soon, Donnie Walsh preliminarily agreed with Lin Mo's opinion. Of course, whether it will be remorseful later will be deliberated or not. Immediately after that, Donnie Walsh's eyes darkened and became serious. The league is considering punishing you. Punish yourself? Lin Mo was puzzled. How can a person who is good and decent be punished? It's because of the game against the Pistons. Donnie Walsh explained. The game of the Pistons? In that game, I fell down a total of 16 times, elbowed many times, although I also returned it, but it was all reasonable, and there was nothing to punish, right? Lin Mo was speechless. Donnie Walsh skimmed his lips. Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace, the two of them after the game, after the team test, found that the waist bone was deformed, unwell, may have to rest for a few games. The league initially determined that your fist caused their bones to deform, so they considered punishment. James Dolan continued, I'll take care of it over there in the league. After all, they also hit you, you are fighting back, just a little heavier. We have absolutely valid reasons to be exempt from punishment. Donnie Walsh smiled. Then again, how come your fist is so hard? Give them a punch and punch them like that? You know, Rashid Wallace and Ben Wallace are very fierce and strong, like wild bulls. Lin Mo only punched them one punch each, and sent them to the hospital, which was also too terrifying, right? And Lin Mo, a defender, punched them a few times, but it was no big deal, it was really unimaginable. Lin Mo smiled bitterly. I have studied Taekwondo before, and I have also practiced the martial arts of Shenzhou, and I know how to exert my strength and know how to directly hit the key points. Lin Mo's two punches hit the waist and eyes of the two Wallaces. That's a very weak part of the human body. Even if two people are strong and are hit by a direct blow, they will not be able to resist. After leaving the general manager's office, Lin Mo received a call from Scarlett Johansson. But this phone call made Lin Mo suddenly dumbfounded. Episode 73. Lin Mo, what do you think our baby should be called? Scarlett Johansson's voice on the phone was very gentle, feminine and sexy. There is also a little bit of anticipation. Lin Mo was a little confused. Baby? What the heck? Although he and Scarlett John have been in contact with each other a little frequently, and many times they have not taken action, but wouldn't it be so efficient? According to the culture of the United States, it is very normal for a gentleman to marry after a son, or even not to marry. Many people in the United States do not know who their father or mother is. If Scarlett Johansson really had a child of her own, it would be nothing to be born. Lin Mo can afford it, and he will not be irresponsible. It's just that suddenly changing into the role of a father is not a little too fast? Confused, Lin Mo returned to the mansion, found Scarlett Johansson, and quickly inquired. Seeing Lin Mo's fiery look, Scarlett Johansson couldn't help but cover his lips with his small hand and smile quietly. Isn't it surprising to see what scared you? I want to tell you that I was joking with you, but I was seriously considering it. Lin Mo breathed a sigh of relief and rolled his eyes foolishly. What's the matter? Scarlett Johansson snorted and tiptoed up to kick Lin Mo's leg gently. What do you say? So many people want to have children with you. I am one of them. Lin Mo laughed directly. Okay, yes, you have to give me a process of psychological preparation, right? If I can win the championship this year, then we will make a baby crazy. What do you think? Scarlett Johansson raised her eyes slightly, and she thought about it. That's it, no problem, one word. Seeing a goddess in the usual way, but now a little petite and cute and gentle Scarlett Johansson, Lin Mo is still a little uncomfortable. This girl switched from goddess mode to little sheep mode so easily. After lunch, Lin Mo received a call from Dayo. All along, the two men communicated. Moreover, Dayo also has connections with Wang Zhizhi and Bartle, two Shenzhou players. But Lin Mo didn't have any contact with them at the moment, nor did he know them. First, it is because I have not yet exchanged hands. Second, the two of them did not get along as well as Dayo. Brother, would you like to consider joining the Knicks and playing brother basketball? Lin Mo asked. Both people have always talked only about personal matters and rarely talked about basketball. Even if you talk about it, you will discuss your playing experience and skills. Dayo learned a lot of experience and tricks from Lin Mo, but no one recruited anyone, and they maintained a respect for each other. Now Lin Mo was the first to open his mouth for the first time. There would have been a chance. You joined the Rockets in the summer, and we could have hit the championship now. Now, I'm afraid it's unlikely. You're the Knicks boss, I'm the Rocket boss. When brothers can, playing brother basketball is afraid is unrealistic. Dayo grinned. Lin Mo snorted, I will never join the Mosaic team. Besides, now that you've been put on the shelves by Alexander, maybe it's really possible to be traded to the Knicks. I just told you in advance that if you do get traded to New York, come and be my little brother. Don't be too surprised. Dayo smiled. The NBA is a business field. Really want to be traded to the Knicks, play with you, that is also a good thing. I have no opinion. Resign yourself to fate. I just play. After hanging up the phone, Lin Mo called Sichuan for half a day to learn about the creation of the basketball pioneer and Tiger Flutter. Of these two, Lin Mo invested a total of $500,000 of initial funds for the US knife. According to Sue Skirt, the basketball pioneer has now completed the construction of the preliminary content and will soon be officially released. At the same time, the website of the Tiger Poker Forum has also been created. It's just still in the initial stages of creation and doesn't have many users yet. The main reason is that the internet in Shenzhou is still not very developed, and the number of netizen users is limited. But Lin Mo knows that in a few years, the internet in Shenzhou will develop rapidly, and now is the golden age. At this stage, Lin Mo is also trying to find a way to invest in Alibaba. Today's Alibaba has begun to take shape. If you want to enter the shares, it is difficult to get the original shares without tens of millions of US dollars. Lin Mo also signed a broker in Shenzhou to help contact Ma Yun and other senior executives of Alibaba to discuss the shares. However, there is no conclusion yet. During this time, Lin Mo has received endorsements from some big brands, and there are still more than 1,000 American knives left on hand. As long as Alibaba's side agreed to join the shares, Lin Mo could smash everything in it. What kind of benefits this investment can bring to Lin Mo in the future? the fool knows it. Moreover, what Ma Yun needs most now is investment. Lin Mo, a shareholder who only pays for shares and does not interfere with the company's decision-making and dominant power, is undoubtedly Ma Yun's favorite. For the rest of the day, the Knicks were very intense. Although the strong teams have been repeatedly encountered in the front, it is still relatively easy in terms of schedule time. Next, the Knicks will have an amazing back-to-back away game. That is, 3 away games in 3 consecutive days, which is very intense. Whether the team can win 20 consecutive victories, even Lin Mo is a little bottomless. In the first game, the Knicks made a visit to Golden State to take on the Warriors. This season's Warriors are still the bottom of the league's super bad team. There have also been glorious times in the history of the Warriors, but these last few seasons have been a lotto team. It seems that there is no sign of takeoff for the time being. However, Lin Mo knew that this situation would continue for at least 10 years. Then there will be Usher, a guy named Stephen Curry, who will become the king who saves the Warriors. Now the Warriors star is Jason Richardson, which can be described as a dim star. For the Knicks, the two teams are not at all the same level. In the end, Lin Mo's familiar 3-section punch card, 19 of 28 shooting, with 45 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals perfect stats, led the team 114-92, crushed the Golden State Warriors. Back-to-back in the second game, the Knicks made a visit to Phoenix to take on the Suns. The current record of the Suns, ranking second from the bottom in the West, is also a standard bad team, and it is not in the same grade as the Knicks. The team's leading stars are Shawn Marion and Amer Stoudemire. The guy, Steve Nash, won't be in Phoenix until this summer. 8 more, kneeling for automatic subscriptions. The subscription is very poor, but the author bacteria will make up for it with explosive more, and strive to get the favor of readers with speed. Episode 74. Nicknamed Hacker, Shawn Marion is an all-around striker and defensive striker. The body is strong, and the arms are long, like an ape. Offensively, Marion has a good hand of breakthrough and three-point ability. Although the shooter type is ugly and the shot point is very low, it is very efficient. Defensively, he has been selected for the best defensive team, and his skills should not be underestimated. Amer Stoudemire was a rookie of the same year as Big Yao, and was selected by the Suns with the 9th pick in the first round. However, in the rookie season, Stoudemire performed very hot, showing extraordinary talent, and won the title of Best Rookie from Dayo. This season, Xiaoxi became the Suns' #1 scorer, averaging 21.6 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks per game. It has the potential to become one of the top 5 strikers in the league. According to Lin Mo's expectations, he wanted to trade Stoudemire to the Knicks. If the transaction really comes, it can't afford to fly. It's a shame that now Xiaoxi is a non-sale of the Sun. Unless Lin Mo is traded over, the Sun will not be able to release people. Because of this, Lin Mo would consider Malisic. Although Lin Mo was not sure what was the potential of this guy, but to put it bluntly, that is, to gamble. This piece of jade, which has not yet fulfilled its talent, is ultimately stronger than the Knicks substitutes. In the West Arena, there are many people. This nationwide live broadcast of the game naturally attracted the attention of countless fans. As the defensive gate on the Suns' outside line, Shawn Marion defended Lin Mo this game. Suns head coach D'Antoni is a master of running bombing, but there is no Steve Nash in the team now, so the running bombing tactics are of course impossible to talk about. However, at present, this Suns team is indeed based on offense, and there is a lack of defense. This has also led to the Suns' record, which has been at a low ebb. The whistle sounded and the game officially began. Lin Mo faced Shawn Marion's long arm wrapped around, a flexible turn to pass it, drilled under the basket, dunked the hand, and opened the situation for the Knicks. Back on, Stoudemire singled out Kurt Thomas, a violent dunk after a basket break. Stoudemire's athletic talent is a blast. In particular, his face frame attack ability is very strong. Even though he was only in his second year, Kurt Thomas was really a bit overwhelmed and crushed by absolute talent. Competitive sports, what is the final fight? It's talent. The experience and technology of Kurt Thomas are much better than the current little sis, but in the face of absolute talent crushed, it does feel difficult. Throughout the first quarter, Stoudemire shot 4 of 7 from the field, scoring 10 points and 3 rebounds, and playing well. Lin Mo was under the defensive hackers, delivering 7 of 11 shots, 19 points, 3 steals, and 2 blocks in a single quarter. Both caps were given to Marion. This guy's shooting gesture is really strange. It can be said that it is a push and a shot, and the shot point is placed on the chest. Even if each shot choice is very strange, the shot is also very fast, but Lin Mo's reaction and bounce speed are the best in the league. Marion still suffered a lot of losses and was fooled by the hat. By the first quarter, the Knicks were 29-22 ahead by 7 points. By the second quarter, the score remained around 7 points. But an amazing scene happened. In a defensive move, Lin Mo stole Marion's pass and held the ball to push the fast attack. Passe lightning Leandro Barbosa, standing outside the reasonable collision zone early, put his hands in front of his crotch in an attempt to create a foul on the attack. However, Lin Mo completely ignored Barbosa in front of him, volleyed and forcibly took off, leaping from Barbosa's head, bombarding the basket with both hands. The NBA has a lot of talent monsters, and it's common to cross a person to complete a dunk. For example, Michael Jordan, these days of prodigies, have the ability to leap over the big center dunk. In actual combat, in the case of full speed and fast attack, the defender dunk of 1.91 m leaps forward. This is definitely the first time in the history of the league. Lin Mo's cross-human dunk shocked the entire NBA field. This buckle completely sent the morale of the Phoenix Suns players down to the freezing point. These players, who were originally hoarded by the Sun, are very talented. In the future, once the talent is cashed in, the Suns have the potential to become a top powerhouse. Throughout the game, the Suns have also been fighting with the Knicks for talent, and Lin Mo's violent buckle across Barbosa has drawn an end to this talent struggle. Throughout the third section, Lin Mo turned on the rage mode. The whole quarter was without free throws, no layups and mid-range shots, all three-point shots, as easy as playing a training game. He shot 6 of 10 from three-pointers in a single quarter and scored 18 points. In the end, the Knicks went 116-95, underwriting the Suns. But the Sun is not useless. Stoudemire played 23 points and 14 rebounds in this game, showing great talent and potential. At the same time, it also once again exposed the problem of the Knicks' interior defense. Kurt Thomas was too weak, and Uncle Moo was too old. If there was a Big Yao and a talented Malisic Town to guard the penalty area, maybe it would not be such a scene. In an interview after the game, Stoudemire was full of praise for Lin Mo. It's hard to imagine that this guy has a perverted talent. He's going to be the master of the league in the future. He's going to win a lot of championships. I'm sure this guy is going to be a nightmare for all teams in the league in the future. In this game, Marion, who was responsible for defending Lin Mo from beginning to end, was also quite helpless when interviewed. I thought it was a little too simple for him to pass the ball in front of him. If I can give him stronger physical contact again, and I think he might play harder. If in the game, his teammates can strengthen their defense, maybe he will not get such a high score. If Marion said in one breath, look at 7 or 8 ifs. In front of Lin Mo, it was a pity that there was no if. Really let Marion fight with Lin Mo again. Can you prevent Lin Mo? The answer he gave, of course, is no. In the third back-to-back game, Lin Mo will lead the team to Miami, Florida, on the South Coast to meet the Heat led by his big brother Wade. Episode 75. South Coast, Florida, Miami. Even during the cold winter months, Miami's climate is still very mild. I have to say that this is indeed a cozy little city. But in the American Airlines Center Arena downtown, there is nothing comfortable. More than 20,000 seats, full of seats. The faces of all the fans, men, women, and children, are full of excitement. Because tonight, the Miami Heat will face the league's undefeated division New York Knicks. Obviously, the Knicks are a thorn in the side of the league's 28 teams, who doesn't want to get their blood. If you are eaten by your own home team, it will definitely be enough to go down in history. Every Heat fan wants to witness history. However, on the sidelines, you can still see many fans wearing Lin Mo's jerseys. And there are still many of them. There are thousands. That's the beauty of superstars. It's not that all fans have to champion their home team. Lin Mo's explosive style of play and strong personality charm, handsome face of blood, obviously captured many Florida fans. The game hadn't even started yet, and the fans were already very restless. The young fans cheered excitedly one by one, and the old fans exchanged passionate ears. And one by one, the beautiful fans jumped around madly, shaking and cheering. Two commentators, already spitting with passion. Great Knicks, they haven't lost a game this season. They have already won 18 consecutive games in the opening round. This is a miracle that no team in NBA history has ever been able to accomplish. Miami Heat, can you stop the success? Yes, almost everyone would like to see the Knicks continue their unbeaten streak. But at the same time, there are also many people who hope that there is a team that can end their records. Will this team be the Miami Heat? Never since Jordan's Bulls dynasty ended, has no team been so popular. No other team has ever been able to pull hatred so far. 18 consecutive wins in the opening round, one unbeaten. Even the 72-10 Bulls have not accomplished such a miracle. Whether the Miami Heat can challenge the Knicks' undefeated myth has all been marked with a big question mark. The most important thing is that Lin Mo is a rookie. If this is at its peak, who can stand it? Of course, the Knicks have exposed many problems in this 18-game winning streak. It's just that Lin Mo is too strong. And many games rely on his super personal ability to drag the team out of the mud and continue to be firmly on the throne. Because of this, the New York Knicks don't seem to have the dominance of the Bulls at their peak. That Bulls has two historical level outside defenders like Jordan and Pippen, and there are rebounding maniacs like Dennis Rodman on the inside. Offense has Jordan's invincible firepower, and defense is also airtight, with almost no weaknesses. And Lin Mo led the Knicks, except for the unsolvable Lin Mo. The players in other positions seem to be almost meaningless. Because of this, every team thinks they can beat the Knicks. But every team is now ruthlessly crushed by the iron hooves of the Orange and Red Knights. Off the sidelines, ESPN reporters are interviewing team star Devin Wade. As the number 5 show of this year, it is a little worse than the talented Wade and James, and the Melon who has not won the NCAA championship and won the MOM. In terms of height, Wade belongs to the relatively short scoring guard, and once removed a meniscus, with a huge injury risk, so he can only rank 5th. But the old and spicy Patrolli, seeing Wade's potential, firmly recruited him into the team. In fact, the Heat have played 19 games so far, and Wade has led the team to an 11-8 record, with a winning percentage of more than 50%. Currently in 6th place in the East, it is possible to make it directly into this year's playoffs. Heat management saw endless potential in the older rookie and gave Wade considerable privilege. The ESPN's Big Bear Beauty reporter shoved the microphone to Wade's mouth. Devin Wade, what do you think of Lin Mo? As we all know, you played a whole season with Lin Mo at Marquette University. Why hasn't he made a single appearance in the NCAA? This beautiful reporter looked confused. A talented monster like Lin Mo, not inferior to the peak of Michael Jordan's ability, could not play even a minute at Marquette University? In the current state of Lin Mo, if he is put in the NCAA and given unlimited shots, it is not a problem to average 50 points per game. Such a big killer is not worthy of the game. What kind of demon is Marquette University? Or is it purely because the coach is stupid? Lin Mo is my good brother, and I don't have much to say, but his performance at Marquette University was really, I'll just say it, the performance is relatively average, the physical fitness is average, the speed is slow, and the strength is poor. There is a good hand of shooting, but in a high-intensity game, there is no room for play. Wade shrugged and smiled bitterly. Because Lin Mo is a Shenzhou player, he is naturally much worse than the talented NBA player. This is also the inherent impression of all NBA players on the people of Shenzhou. Including the Heat's current king system, the technology is perfect, but why can't it play a stable rotation? It's because the health is so bad. Wade also couldn't figure out, is this Lin Mo still the guy he knew before? Wade has watched many of Lin Mo's games this season, which has ruined his 3 views. I don't know why Lin Mo has become so strong now. Maybe he was born with a quenched body, or maybe he got the system in the novel, I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens in this game. No one was more familiar with Lin Mo than Wade. A person who can't play in the NCAA is unscrupulous and invincible in the NBA. This special meow is also too unscientific, right? Episode 76. Heat head coach Stan Van Gundy, standing on the sidelines for an interview, made a joke. I think Lin Mo's body has reached its limit. Playing 2 games with the Pacers and Pistons was too draining on him, especially the Pistons, and they were eager to kill Lin Mo. His body has suffered countless blows, and now it is certainly close to its limit, although this method of victory is somewhat invincible. But I would like to announce that we will most likely win at home. Big Bear Beauty reporter, what strategy will you adopt in this game to defend Lin Mo? As we all know, that guy is unstoppable. It's simple. Our strategy today is to strengthen the interior defense, tighten the inside line, and not give him the opportunity to easily play a dunk or dunk. You guys in this game, you may see him a lot of outside shots. Lin Mo's breakthrough, the threat is too great, Stan Van Gundy can only stick to the inside line, give up the outside line. After all, Stan Van Gundy's brother, Rockets head coach Jeff Van Gundy, has suffered a lot of losses in Lin Mo's breakthrough, including the top defensive teams such as the Pistons. Lin Mo also made Lin Mo burst into a sieve, and he made more than 30 free throws in the whole game. These are all lessons from the past. Grand Van Gundy would rather let Lin Mo throw 100 on the outside line. That is a good thing, and he will never let Lin Mo turn over the river and the sea on the inside line. Before the game began, Lin Mo walked to the Heat bench and hugged Wade. After crossing over from Lin Mo, he spent a year at Marquette University. Although he did not play during the period, Wade took good care of him, and the two had a good relationship. Subsequently, Lin Mo walked to the side and hugged and greeted Wang Zhizhi. It is indeed quite rare for the two of them to meet on such an occasion. Unfortunately, the two men have very different positions in the team. Lin Mo is the absolute core of the Knicks and the star of the house. Wang Zhizhi can only play 14 minutes per game this season, averaging 3 points and 1 rebound per game, which is dismal. However, Lin Mo did not have any contempt for his compatriots. In the NBA, it is already a great honor to be able to play. Come on, brother, come on. Tomorrow you're going to start from scratch again, 19 consecutive wins? It doesn't exist. Wade let out harsh words. Really? We have been teammates together, playing brother basketball, and today we can finally be opponents. I heard you were going to shrink the inner line, right? Then I'll cast it on the outside. What is the 3-point record? Wade thought for a moment. Probably 10? No, Kobe Bryant seems to have shot 12 3-pointers the other 2 days, breaking the historical record. That should be 12 goals. Oh, what am I telling you about this? Can you really break the record in front of me? Soon, the race officially began. The starting lineup on the Heat's side: Eddie Jones, plus Devin Wade, plus Karen Butler, plus Lamar Odom, plus Udonis Haslem. This season, Wade averaged 16.7 points per game, behind Eddie Jones and Lamar Odom by 17 points per game, and was the Heat's third scorer. However, the Heat have cultivated him as a star. This Heat has a lot of points. Coupled with the recent Heat 3 consecutive wins, the momentum is very strong, and it is at home again. The Knicks wanted to gnaw off the hard bone, not so easily. Both sides began to jump the ball, and the Haslem team, which was half a head shorter than Mutombo, fought for their lives and jumped very high. From Uncle Moo's head, he dialed the ball into Eddie Jones' hand. The first Heat, Wade was actually the lowest in the starting lineup, playing as a point guard. However, he is very good at scoring, suitable for playing point guard, and is actually the duty of a double guard. In today's league, the position of the players is still relatively clear, not as vague as more than a decade later, but Wade did play double guard, scoring and assisting. It is a pity that the Heat did not send Wade to defend him, but the team's top scorer, Eddie Jones. First, Wade is still a rookie and has little defensive experience. Second, Stan Van Gundy also wants Wade to keep enough energy to score and organize the offense. After all, the dirty work of defending Lin Mo is not something that ordinary people can do. Wade took possession of the ball and hoisted Rama Odom under the basket to face the defense of Cotter Thomas. Odom dribbled in his crotch, turned around and smeared it under the basket, pulling the lever to hit the basket. Odom is probably one of the most all-round strikers of all time, dribbling flamboyantly, attacking and defending, and playing a lot of trouble. This season, the Llama averaged 17.2 points, 9.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.5 steals per game, almost perfect stats. It was indeed a little difficult for Kalthomas to guard against Llamas. I have to say that these insiders are Lin Mo very hungry and want to recruit the Knicks, but obviously some whimsy. If you really want to be able to trade Diaw and Malisic, Lin Mo will be satisfied. What else do you want a bicycle? Eddie Jones stubbornly entangled Lin Mo, holding his arm with one hand and blocking Lin Mo's receiving route with the other, and the defense was very fierce. Marbury made a super arc pass and hoisted the ball over. Lin Mo jumped high and received the ball from the top of Eddie Jones' head. After a false shake, the straight line accelerated, like a Ferrari super run that slammed the throttle to the bottom, straight to the basket. As Stan Van Gundy said before the game, the Heat's interior is very congested. Odom and Haslem both guarded the inside line. Due to the lack of scoring ability of Kurt Thomas and Uncle Moo, they do not have to pull too far outside. They block the inside line, guard the penalty area, and block Lin Mo. Boo! Lin Mo killed under the basket and jumped to the basket. Odom and Haslem sealed it together, like two walls in front of him, completely denying Lin Mo room to shoot. Lin Mo can only use a super lagging foul to end the attack. 2 penalties in all. Although it was only an offensive round, it was already a lot of consumption for Lin Mo. The Heat have completely shrunk their interior and it is difficult to score in the penalty area. In desperation, Lin Mo could only shoot more on the outside and less on the inside line according to his previous design. Otherwise, his consumption in this game will be very huge. Eddie Jones, who is staring at the outside line, is very strong, which has caused Lin Mo a lot of trouble. And there is a Wade who is always assisting in defense. The forbidden area was even more encircled and suppressed by the other side, which was too difficult. Brother, how's it going? I told you a long time ago that our inner line is not so good to break through. Wade dribbled while shouting at Lin Mo. Before playing the Pistons, Lin Mo was in a crazy burst all over the scene. Like a machine gun, the Pistons were protruded into a sieve. But that's because the Pistons are too arrogant. In addition, Lin Mo opened the offensive dominance mode and wanted to tear up the defense line of the so-called first defensive team, and only then would he desperately break through. It's enough to play a few games a season like that, and it's impossible to play every game this way. Now playing the Heat, still like playing the Pistons, and scrupulously breaking through the inner line. Can you win? Absolutely. But after a game, even if he wins, Lin Mo's physical strength will also light up the red light, and the gain is not worth the loss. Winning is important, but the body is fundamental. Just then, an amazing scene appeared. Episode 77. Lamar Odom missed a layup, and after Mutombo grabbed the rebound, he planned to throw it into the hands of Lin Mo, who was running wildly in front of the court. Halfway through, he was intercepted by Eddie Jones and pushed the ball fast. At the moment when Eddie Jones started, Lin Mo also accelerated at the same time, 5 meters away. Eddie Jones hit the basket at the speed of light, and 3 steps up to get ready for the basket. At this time, Lin Mo was like a tank full of speed, instantly following the basket and taking off in the air with a baseball hat. That's right, it's the baseball cap, not the volleyball cap. The power of this hot pot was even more violent than volleyball, which directly made Lin Mo fan to the audience of the 10th row. The ball smashed into a big bear female fan, and the 3 balls collided, and the painting was beautiful. But the more amazing scene is that because Lin Mo ran to the basket at full speed, the brakes were too strong, and the sneakers were directly pierced from the side. You can see that Lin Mo's entire foot has penetrated from the side of the sneakers, like a torn sock. This scene instantly caused the screams and cheers of the female fans in the audience. The fanaticism of female fans is not at all under the brain-dead female fans who chase stars. Seeing Lin Mo taking off his sneakers and walking barefoot on the field, naturally one by one, Crazy screamed. At this time, Don Chini could only shout a pause to give Lin Mo time to change his sneakers. It's horrible. Lin Mo's speed, strength, and explosive power were too fierce, and he directly penetrated the sneakers. Lin Mo is wearing AJ1 sneakers on his feet. Will this make AJ's sales fall and Nike shares will be affected? It is true that the quality of AJ has always been very good, and such a situation rarely occurs, and Lin Mo's power is really terrifying. The two commentators were stunned and did not dare to imagine. Quality and reputation are the most important thing for any company. Now, Jordan's personal brand, let Lin Mo directly wear in the game. The outside world will naturally put a big question mark on the quality of Nike sneakers. According to the effective date of Lin Mo's sneaker contract with Adidas, before Lin Mo's generation of combat boots was officially born, the contract was temporarily not in effect, and he could wear any brand of sneakers. Generally speaking, Lin Mo wears Adidas most of the time, and occasionally changes into Nike. This game Lin Mo just happened to be wearing AJ. Adidas aside, there was still some unhappiness. Now directly wear AJ to spoil, which can make the Adidas high-level happy fart. In the office, Jim Gattu received the news for the first time and immediately held a meeting of the head of Adidas North America. Lin Mo's generation of combat boots must come out within half a month to sample, so that Lin Mo can put it on as soon as possible. Now is the best opportunity to publicize the Lin Mo generation of combat boots. The time and place are favorable to people. Originally, Lin Mo had super popularity, and countless fans were waiting for the birth of Lin Mo's generation of combat boots. Now Lin Mo is wearing AJ again, and the biggest competitor is questioned by the outside world. At this time, the launch of Lin Mo generation combat boots, sales will explode. Of course, the premise is that our sneakers are of quality, and there can be no problems. Lin Mo's strength is too strong, and wearing Nike this time is just an accident, but this accident cannot appear on us. Happy to be happy, Lin Mo's performance really made Jim Gattusser shiver. After Lin Mo went down to change his basketball shoes, the big shot above the stadium gave Lin Mo the place where he braked. It can be clearly seen that under Lin Mo's full-speed brakes, a black brake mark with a length of about 20 centimeters was dragged out, which was very frightening. You know, Lin Mo is a person after all, not a car. How fast and how strong does it have to be to drag a brake mark on the ground? The horror. What kind of monster is this guy? It was really horrible. I've never seen a defender with such terrible power and speed that even Michael Jordan can't do it, right? You all say that Lin Mo is a forced king. I didn't admit it before, and now I have to admit it. He didn't say a word, and the pressure was already soaring. At this time, the team staff immediately took out a pair of Adidas shoes and changed them for Lin Mo. After this little episode, the game continued. However, on Nike's side, the head of North America is a little panicked. Special Meow originally did not sign Lin Mo. They are already a huge loss. Now Lin Mo has worn Nike once, which is a favorable publicity for them, but who would have thought that it would be worn out? It is really a blessing and a curse, and a blessing and a curse. Man sits in his home, and the pot comes from heaven. However, as a top big brand, Nike is harmless even if it is subject to a little fluctuation in the short term. Just did not sign Lin Mo, really let their intestines are remorseful. Looking at it now, Adidas's 7-year, $100 million knife smashed Lin Mo's trick, which is actually a bloody mother's earned business. On the field, Haslam singled Mutombo on his back, and the little hooker was directly covered by Uncle Mu. Wade got the ball and passed it to Haslam, hitting a small throw from mid-range. Uncle Mu was old and couldn't prevent it at all. Ha has a good hand of middle shots, which makes Uncle Mu very uncomfortable. Looking back, Lin Mo was ambushed at the bottom line, and Eddie Jones almost exerted the strength to feed Lin Mo. The team's #1 scorer, Eddie Jones, had only one task in this game: to lock up Lin Mo. Even if he couldn't do a single point, he could reduce Lin Mo's efficiency by a large margin, even if it was a meritorious achievement. After Lin Mo called for the blocker, he suddenly ran back and came to the top of the arc. Kurt Thomas stepped up to block and stopped Eddie Jones, and Marbury understood and put the ball straight into Lin Mo's hand. Take off a three-pointer and shoot a shot. A three-point shot from an absolutely large empty seat hit steadily. After hitting the three-pointer, Lin Mo walked up to Wade and muttered, "Brother, please help me count. I'm worried. If the numbers are too big, I don't know if your math level is enough." This extremely forced garbage talk made Wade roll his eyes. Special Meow, the little brother who used to follow behind him, how can he be so arrogant now? You know, the two major kings in the history of the league, the first is Larry Bird, and the second is Wade. However, now that Wade has just entered the alliance, he has not yet pretended to be forced capital, and the temperament of forcing the king has not yet appeared. But in his bones, he still has the desire to pretend. Now making Lin Mo so rampant was indeed very devastating. Although the two brothers' garbage words did not smell like gunpowder, Wade was not comfortable listening to them. Episode 78. The Heat Fireball. Odom lifted up the block, Wade shrugged off Marbury and burst into the basket. After being blocked by Uncle Moo, a large European step changed direction and put the ball into the basket. I have to say that Wade's breakthrough speed and explosive power are really strong. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is a low-grade version of Lin Mo. Turning back, Lin Mo held the ball to face Eddie Jones's defense, bent down to hold the ball, slammed the opponent away with force, and took 2 steps forward. Suddenly, Lin Mo took a crotch-changing retreat step, pulled to the outside of the three-point line, pulled it up and shot from outside the three-point line. The basketball is like a flame, breaking through the net again. 3 pointers and 2 kills. After Lin Mo scored the three-pointer, Stan Van Gundy felt a chill down his spine. Before the game, he released a word: this game the team will shrink the inner line, stick to the penalty area, so that Lin Mo can only wave on the outside line, reducing his efficiency. Now Lin Mo has fulfilled Stan Van Gundy's wish. If you let me cast on the outside, then I will cast on the outside. Throw you to death, don't blame me. With 6:17 left in the first quarter, the Knicks were 16-13 and led by 3 points. The attacking pace of both sides in this game is fast. Not only do the Knicks score as much as chopping melons and chopping vegetables, but it's also easy for the Heat to score on this side. Scoring is the end of it. Eddie Jones put almost all his energy into defending Lin Mo, shot 3 times himself, all hit the iron, and 1 point has not been taken. Being the Heat's top scorer, averaging 17 points per game, the situation is indeed a bit awkward. Flash away. You damn guy. Eddie Jones was a little up and pushed Lin Mo hard. Fortunately, the referee was blind and did not blow fouls. In this game, you can't get a single point. Lin Mo pressed himself to Eddie Jones's ear and let out harsh words. Lin Mo's defense is indeed too terrifying. Strong strength, fast footsteps, can steal, can block. The action is still very clean, cheating fouls cannot be deceived. How to play this? Eddie Jones ran out of strength to suckle, rushed to the basket, and pulled the lever to the basket. Boo. Lin Mo used a familiar nail plate big hat to slam the ball to the board and flew out. Marbury got the ball, didn't look at people at all, threw it directly into the sky behind him, and threw it to the front three-point line. Lin Mo received the ball from the bottom line and met Eddie Jones' three-point shot. Eddie Jones was already fully on the head and slapped Lin Mo on the arm. Although Lin Mo was thrown down, it still did not interfere with his shot. Basketball hollow into the net, 3+1. After Lin Mo's free throw hit, it can be seen that Eddie Jones's mentality has completely collapsed, hanging his head low and turning his head back. Stan Van Gundy hurriedly called Eddie Jones to the sidelines, where he gave a few seconds of advice and encouragement. The team's top scorer was beaten like this, so how did it get it? Boo. Not long after, Eddie Jones' layup was covered by Lin Mo's big hat. In the counterattack, Lin Mo attacked the front field, and Ojo stepped away from Odom and split head-on. After buckling in, Lin Mo gestured to Wade by your sister. Seeing that Lin Mo had finished using the Ojo step, he made this gesture to himself, and Wade was speechless. The Knicks are imposing and unstoppable, and the Heat have a good offensive feel on this side. The two sides scored a horror score of 33-31 in the first quarter. In this day and age, it is rare to see such a spike war. Lin Mo shot 7 of 9 and scored 22 points. Wade also had a brilliant 12-point run on 5 of 8 shooting, and Odom also scored 9 points. Wonderful battle of the battle, such a game can be encountered and not sought. Lin Mo is probably the man who changed the pattern of the alliance. He has improved the rhythm of the game a lot, and the excitement and viewing have been greatly improved. Yes, driven by Lin Mo, the Knicks' offensive rhythm is extremely fast, all kinds of blitzkrieg, all kinds of fast attacks. Now the Heat are following the rhythm of the Knicks, a very sticky game. Playing against a team like the Knicks, the Heat players are also happy. Because the pace is fast, the data brush is also cool. Only, Eddie Jones is an exception. Guarded by Lin Mo, he directly swallowed the duck egg in the first quarter of 5-0. This was a messy situation he had never encountered, and naturally, there was a fire nesting. Even in the face of the defensive Bruce Bowen and Kobe, Eddie Jones have good scoring ability. Only under Lin Mo's strict defense, it was so difficult to score a goal. The whole person was like being clamped by a huge pliers, and he was uncomfortable, full of anger and nowhere to be released. Start changing defenses at the back, Eddie Jones. You go to defend Stephen Marbury. Stan Van Gundy made defensive adjustments to let Wade change the defensive Lin Mo. According to the initial defensive deployment, Stan Van Gundy was afraid that Wade was not experienced enough in defense and was blown up by Lin Mo. Unexpectedly, it was Eddie Jones, the old guy, who was blown into slag. There was no way but to let Wade get on top. Even if Wade's defense is worse, it won't be worse than Eddie Jones, right? Eddie Jones let Lin Mo get 22 points in 1 quarter, and then ran to the record of the highest score in a single game, and it is not too much to say that it is crushed. Meanwhile, there is a player who is also silently watching this game. He's the Pistons center, Dikomi Lizic, a showrunner of the season, second only to the presence of James, the proud son of heaven. Daco Marisi has high hopes for the Pistons. Originally, he should have shined in the Pistons. But who could have predicted that Larry Buelang would not use him at all? nor did he want to use him, averaging less than 3 minutes per game, only 1.1 points, 1.2 rebounds. It was a disaster. Seeing Lin Mo's unsuccessful draft ravaging the league and sweeping Invincible, Malisic was not a taste at all. Even if there is no way to compare with Lin Mo, James, Anthony, Bosch, Wade, these players who are in the top 5 picks like him, have played a good performance one by one, becoming the absolute thigh and building cornerstone of the team. In contrast, Malisic felt like a lump of air. When will I be able to trade out? I want to play with this guy. Although not reused, Malisic is still very sure of his ability. He knows that the Knicks are weak inside, and he is also fantasizing about joining the Knicks and playing together with Lin Mo. Perhaps he can really help Lin Mo get a championship ring. At the same time, he also let himself get the championship ring before the Piston, and gave a vicious breath and hit Larry Buelling's face. But Malisic understands that the deal is not something he can influence at all. While sighing, Malisic received a call from the Piston management. Episode 79. Dako, you're talented, you're a good player. Lucky Team was able to pick you on the leaderboard show. No matter how you've been in the squad or what you think, we have the utmost respect for you and hope you have a great career. A sudden official call from the Pistons management made Dako Malisic instantly understand their intentions. Sleeper, is this going to trade yourself? Changing to an ordinary player, when encountering such a moment, must be very panicked and helpless. But Malisic was happy like a 200-pound child. Malisic's inner subtext, lying in the gutter, is he going to be traded? Haha, how can you pretend to be traded often? Online waiting, very urgent. So you should understand that the purpose of my conversation with you this time. Immediately after that, the Piston management still said the ultimate intention. I understand that I am not happy in the team has never had my place, and I am willing to be traded. Malisic tried his best to suppress his inner excitement, and almost cried out in excitement. That's right, we traded you to New York, blessed you with a new career in New York, played well, and we will always bless you. The door of the team is always open for you. New York, Knicks, sleeper slots. Malisic squirted out all the dirty words of his life. Just now, I was still fantasizing about partnering with Lin Mo, becoming Lin Mo's assistant, and competing for the championship together. Now is the opportunity? That's too top. Of course, Malisic fantasized about joining the Knicks and joining hands with Lin Mo, not out of nothing, dark-chinned song, out of thin air. It is because there are many media outlets that have broken out relevant news, which makes Malisic think otherwise. I thought it was just a gimmick, but I didn't expect it to come true. It's a pity that I want to play well in the team and help the team fight for the championship. I am also deeply helpless about such a situation. Although I left the team, I am still concerned about the Pistons, hoping that the team can make a difference in this year's playoffs. After saying an official set of words, Malisic hung up the phone. Go to your grandmother's leg. Malisic immediately ordered a big meal with excitement. The Romani Conte red wine I bought last year was also all taken out and celebrated like crazy. Immediately after that, Malisic continued to watch the Knicks and Heat play. At the beginning of the second quarter, both teams were on the bench. The familiar crazy iron strikes, with neither substitute having much scoring ability. It wasn't until after the first official suspension came back that the Knicks made their full appearance. On the Heat side, Wade, Odom and Eddie Jones are all on the court. The position of the big forward is the rule of king. Before serving, Lin Mo walked over to Wang Zhizhi and said 2 words. Brother Wang, come on and score. I'm optimistic about you. After all, Daji is a meritorious figure of the Shenzhou men's basketball team, and Lin Mo is also relatively polite to him. Rest assured, if I play this game for enough time, I will at least take double digits. Wang Zhizhi said with a determined look in his eyes. Also a Shenzhou player, Lin Mo played so hot, scoring 22 points in a single quarter. If I can't get double digits, it's too embarrassing. Lin Mo smiled. Okay, then the two of us will cut 81 points together. I did it, you at will. The implication is clear. The two people cut 81 points together. No matter how many points Wang Zhizhi scored, Lin Mo's side would make up for the deficiencies. 81 points? What is this terrier? Wang Zhizhi was a little confused, and he felt that Lin Mo was a little too crazy. If he only took 5 or 6 points, then Lin Mo would at least have to take more than 75, which was too ridiculous. Although the Heat are not a defensive team, plus this game is extremely fast-paced. But where is 70 plus so easy to get? No player has won 70 plus for several consecutive seasons, and Wang Zhizhi has not taken Lin Mo's words to heart at all. The Heat attacked, Wade a change of direction to break through the Lin Mo, drilled into the basket of low-handed layups. Although Lin Mo's speed and strength were superior to Wade's, but Wade, as one of the most breakthrough players in history, Lin Mo wants to completely seal him, which is a bit unrealistic. Lin Mo didn't give a crap, and turned back to shoot arrows with a bow, and shot a 3-pointer against Wade. Wade had just bent down and opened his arms to defend. The action has just been arranged, and the crisp brushing sound of the net has sounded. This guy's 3-pointer is too accurate, right? Damn it. Lin Mo's three-point range made Wade very headache, and he didn't dare to let go. Originally, Wade had been defending Lin Mo's breakthrough, and he still gave some space in the shooting. If Lin Mo chooses to shoot, Wade can barely interfere. Who could have predicted that Lin Mo would shoot directly half a step outside the three-point line, which would be equivalent to expanding a lot of shooting space, and Wade could not interfere at all. The point is, Lin Mo really dares to enter. This three-pointer stimulated Wade, and looking back, Wade also threw a three-pointer at Lin Mo. But three-pointers are really not his strong point, and there is no suspense of bang to hit the iron. The next time he defended, Wade stuck tight and didn't give Lin Mo any shooting space. Lin Mo followed the trend with a quick step breakthrough, and the terrifying speed of the fastest first step was fully revealed. Wade immediately retreated and staggered to make up. In an instant, Lin Mo quickly closed the ball, took a super retreat, retreated to the three-point line, and once again volleyed the three-pointer. As luck would have it, the ball hit the front of the basket and hit the board. Nima. After that three-pointer, Wade was a little skeptical. Lin Mo's offensive means were too rich, and it was not an exaggeration to say that he was attacking a billion flower tubes. Row is Wade's top defensive ability, and he can't guess Lin Mo's offensive intentions at all. Anti-breakthrough is a three-point shot in the face, and anti-three-point is thrown away by a rapid breakthrough. 3 points, breakthroughs, and defense. Then the energy spent on the defensive end can consume most of Wade's physical strength. There is no super top 3D player to defend Lin Mo, and it is really brain-aching. Episode 80. Lin Mo hit a three-pointer again. Tonight, he shot through God. Oh my God. Lin Mo was another breakthrough, his hands heavy, and he was ruthlessly destroying the basket. Lin Mo hit 2 free throws and scored 36 points in the half. With the passionate roar of the two commentators, the half game ended. The Knicks are 64-57, 7 points ahead of the Miami Heat. In Lin Mo's whirlwind attack mode, the entire Knicks are very fast-paced. The Heat, who are not good at defense, have fully entered the rhythm of the Knicks. The two teams set off a head-to-head mode and played a super high score. Lin Mo had already shot 12 of 18 from the field, scoring 36 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals. Marbury also took advantage of Lin Mo's wild bombardment, handing over 7 points and 9 assists. On the Heat side, the Flashman Wade's physical strength and speed advantage allowed him to score 18 points in this head-to-head battle. Odom also showed his all-around side, contributing 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. In the super shootout, both sides got good data. Wang Zhizhi was replaced after 3 minutes on the court. In 3 minutes, 1 of 3 shots, got 4 points. Although the Heat were behind the table, the score was not pulled away. Heat coach Stan Van Gundy had a gloomy face and couldn't smile at all. The halftime allowed Lin Mo to blast 36 points, setting a record for the highest score scored by a single player in the Miami Heat's all-time half. As we all know, every team wants to be remembered by history, but to be remembered in this humiliating way is clearly catastrophic. Defense, defense. We did a perfect job of shrinking the inside line in the first half, but in the outside line let Lin Mo throw whatever he wanted. He has scored 36 points, guys. Don't tell me you want him to set his own career scoring record in Miami. Stan Van Gundy yelled at the players. Meanwhile, the Heat fans at the American Airlines Center Arena are as dignified as dust and look solemn. I was expecting the home team to snipe the Knicks and end its 18-game winning streak. Who would have thought that the first half would still make Lin Mo chop melon and cut vegetables like a blast of 36 points? God tell me, how can I defend that Shenzhou player? Lin Mo, he was simply unstoppable. Yes, I've never seen a player play like him incredible. I can't win the championship, I'm really sorry for him. I'm sure that after a season, this guy Lin Mo will lock in the Hall of Fame. He's rewriting history. However, Miami fans can never imagine that the real crazy moment is still to come. For many young fans, Jordan is their biggest idol. For example, Curry Jr., Durant Jr., Brandon Roy Jr., Odin Jr., Serena Williams Jr., and so on. They started watching Jordan's game from a young age and said that Jordan was the initiator of their basketball, which is not an exaggeration. But now Jordan has been retired for a long time, and his figure is gradually fading. And their attention was all on Lin Mo. This player from Shenzhou, the king of New York who led the Orange and Red Knights to sweep the league, became their absolute idol. Lin Mo's lever to the basket is so cool, but why can't I learn how to learn? In the training hall, little Durant tried to imitate Lin Mo's signature moves. However, he found that his waist and abdomen strength and body flexibility were too far away from Lin Moby, and the movements he made were ugly and deformed. Boo. On one of Akron's courts, Stephen Curry came with a dunk. He wanted to imitate Lin Mo's free throw line in the game. In the end, he found that even if he used the most ordinary way to dunk, he could only avoid dunks, and he couldn't help but feel helpless. Even Bryant is secretly learning Lin Mo's footsteps, super double direction, and dribbling behind the march. The end result is that Kobe can learn a lot. But the beauty and threat are much different than Lin Mo. Why? Because any action of Lin Mo is based on his unparalleled talent. Without a super talent foundation, even if you learn, you are only visible and godless. At the start of the third quarter, Eddie Jones still played Lin Mo. Stan Van Gundy found that there was little difference in the effect of letting Wade defend Lin Mo and Eddie Jones to defend. I can't prevent it anyway. The only difference is that this consumes more of Wade's stamina. Wade was in extremely hot form in this game, and Stan Van Gundy naturally replaced Wade to let him focus on offense. Knicks ball, Lin Mo left 45 degrees to receive the ball. Eddie Jones, desperately desperate, the whole person hung on Lin Mo, did not give him any shooting or breakthrough space. He has completely abandoned the offense and mainly defended, so he is also unscrupulous in his movements. Boo! Lin Mo dribbled a few heavy dribbles and singled Eddie Jones on his back. With a brilliant pass to the ground, Lin Mo passed the ball to Keith Van Horn. Taking advantage of Eddie Jones' lack of attention, Lin Mo quickly ran to the right bottom corner, and Keith Van Horn passed the ball sideways in time. After receiving the ball, Lin Mo greeted Lamar Odom, who came up to the defense and scored 3 points. 7. After the three-pointer, many Knicks fans shouted the number in unison. Even the narrator shouted excitedly for half a day. This means that Lin Mo shot the 7th three-pointer of the game. According to what Limmy said before the game, he did not hit the Heat inside line too much, but chose to shoot 3 points wildly. Fortunately, Lin Mo has an excellent feel and a super high hit rate, so he can throw it unscrupulously. Odom made a small throw under the basket that turned around. Turning back, Lin Mo got the ball, and Kurt Thomas took the initiative to block and stop Eddie Jones. Lin Mo threw 3 points again, and the basketball was like a cannonball, bursting through the net. 8. At this time, even many Heat fans began to shout about the number of three-pointers Lin Mo had scored. Obviously, everyone wants to see Lin Mo break the record for three-pointers in a single game.